Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi, flying solo today. Gonna get started, but first, we want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Too Cool T-Shirt Quilts. You can go to toocool-t-shirtquilts.com / Pretty Lies and Alibis. Check them out. They will know we sent you. They can take your t-shirts and make them into a quilt that is too cool. All right. So our social media has been off the charts today with the murder of Orsolia Gal out of New York. And so what I wanted to do was go ahead and get together what we know and do this episode. I'm going to be following this one really, really closely. It's kind of an intriguing case. So I hope you guys had a really good Easter if you celebrate. I had a lot of fun with my family. Ended the night seeing the Secrets of Dumbledore with my kids and one of their friends. And it was great. We had a really fun evening. I thought I wouldn't do one today. Thought I would take advantage of my kids' long weekend. But here's the thing. They all had plans with their friends. So here I am by myself. So I thought, let's go ahead and tackle this case, what we know. Now, just a lot of things that have been printed in mainstream media, which is why I'm putting it out there, but it's coming from unnamed sources close to the investigation. So, kind of a grain of salt with some of this stuff, but it's really curious. All right, so let's start with what we know. She was a 51-year-old married mother of two whose body was found in a duffel bag Saturday morning, kind of near her home by a passerby. The 911 call came in at about 8:10 in the morning. This man was walking his dog and saw the duffel bag with blood and called. So the autopsy revealed she had been stabbed 50 to 60 times on her neck, her torso, left arm, and she also had defensive wounds on her hands, which, if you follow true crime, we know when it's a case of overkill and it is just an outrageous number of stab wounds, that's personal. That's a kind of a rage killing. So her husband and their older son, they have two teenage sons. One is 13. I'm not sure. I think maybe 17 for the oldest. The husband and the older son were out of town on a college visit trip at the time of the murders. Initially, they had said they were persons of interest, but that quickly went away. And last we heard, he was heading back home after being informed of his wife's murder. Now, they did take the 13-year-old son out of the home, who was home at the time of the murder, by the way. He was handcuffed and questioned. There's a picture of him being led to the police car. But as of right now, he's been released without being charged. Now, this goes back to the unnamed sources. We don't know for sure, but if it's in mainstream media, we will put it out there. One source said they don't think he left the home the night of the murder, but it's just hard to know what's true if we're not getting a name to go along with these statements. So investigators found a trail of blood from where her body was found that led back to her home. Now, what's interesting is her husband reportedly received a text message from her own phone that said, "Your wife sent me to jail some years ago. I'm back. Don't call the police or I will kill your family." So here's my question. I want to know if she had a passcode lock or a fingerprint lock on her phone, because whoever did this would have to know that to be able to send a text from her phone. Also, right now they are grabbing cell phone records for the whole family, fingerprinting her phone, fingerprinting the whole house, the door handles, all that good stuff. I don't think this case is going to take a really long time to solve. This was very sloppy to me. So police said they had previously responded to a 911 call at the house. Her husband reported her missing on May 29th of 2020. He later told the cops that he had found her, and the couple's older son went missing in 2004, but was later found as well. There's been no reports of any domestic violence at the residence that we know of. So some of her neighbors said that she had spent the evening in her yard with her dog. If you go on social media, she has a lot of pictures with this dog. You can tell she really loved this little pooch. But they also said that she was heading out with friends that night. Investigators say they're combing surveillance and probably bank and phone statements from that night. And it's believed that she returned home around 11 p.m. because Surveillance showed somebody pulling this duffel bag now down the residential kind of the walkway off the road if you're taking a walk in the neighborhood around 4:30 a.m. And it's possible they say that this duffel bag came from her home like a hockey bag. So I don't think this was planned. I think this was very spontaneous, crime of passion, last minute thing, lots of overkill. So that's really just combing through all the news articles today. This is all I can find right now that really seems factual. I'm going to be watching this all day long tomorrow. I think whoever did this really, it's not going to take long to find them. The surveillance picture, I'm going to tell you, it does not look like a grown adult to me. I'm not implicating anybody or saying somebody did it, but it just looks like a very small frame of a person. Now, of course, adults are small, but yeah, your mind just goes with this kind of stuff. So we will see what happens. Just this one's really gripped everybody. It's just a very brutal murder, and the way she was found, and then the blood trail leading right to the house, just very strange. Um, I don't know that I really buy this text that she sent somebody to jail years ago. I just don't. I think maybe that was a little diversion from something. So interesting one to watch, guys. Not a long episode. Sorry about that. Tomorrow we have Lori Vallow's arraignment. We also have this hearing for Chad, which they are going to hear some motions or some evidence about moving this jury. We'll be watching that arraignment. It's going to be taped. It will not be live streamed. We know East Idaho News, Nate Eaton said that they had secured the rights to film and get still photography. Kay and Larry Woodcock and Kresha are up in Rexburg right now to attend the arraignment. So we are wishing them well, sending some love and light their way. It's got to be very surreal to be back in a courtroom with her after almost a year, well, almost 2 years. They were only in there with her when she was brought back from Hawaii. So just wrapping them in our thoughts today and tomorrow. Very difficult time for them. All right, guys, if anything happens with this case, I'll hop back on later, do another short one. In the meantime, hope you have a good rest of the day, and we will see you soon.